What impact do you think side selection has on that?
I don't know. I guess
You can't cage me for long.
it's hard to say, like, because when you're playing these type of tournaments, there's not necessarily like a meta that forms like in pro play, where there starts to be like
Your
these
judgment
power
is
picks that
clouded.
stand out that everyone
Seek
wants, and so
clarity.
being first pick on one side means you get the first power pick. So I'm not sure how much it comes into play in
Ah,
the
come
style of the
on.
tournament.
What's the worst
Um,
that could happen?
I just can't really say what the bearing would be. Like, there's not enough time to develop the tournament meta, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we got the Jinx ban. I think that that's legitimate. Everything else is similar to the last game, or at least, reflective of the last game. I think, if I remember right, Washed Up OGs on the red side were able to ban those same three. Nocturne and the Jinx joining, but now we got a nice steal, taking the Rakan away from Kiroro and then locking in Viego. It's been a while since we've seen a Viego.
Yeah. I'd like to see Kodo on something more that's going to be a little easier to execute. Lee Sin can be alright if you execute it, but they couldn't really get anything going with it. So maybe something that it's a little easier to execute with any team comp. Because I really think they need Kodo to be able to create these plays like he did in the first game we watched with him.
The Sejuani works really well for that.
Mhm.
You could also lock in something like Xin Zhao or a Mumu, those type of champions.
Azir, it's almost like pro play. Like Azir's just pick or ban pretty much.
He is really strong. He's got that DPS. He just got a really small buff, but I didn't think it was that significant when I read through it on the patch notes.
Yeah, he
But it
does
is
on
something.
hits now. So you could technically build a Ginsu's on him, and it would do the on hits with his soldiers.
Ah, very good. And Nico
Ooh, Nico.
locked in. This again, when I looked through the OPGG, the win rate that Tem has on this is silly. He doesn't have a lot of games, but he has enough that the win rate he has is absurd.
Yeah, I've been playing a bit of Nico myself, and man, sometimes you can do these flanks and get your ultimate out. Nobody can see it when you're like invisible. When you send out your clone for a moment, and you can sometimes walk into the center of a team and ult their entire team, and then they don't even know what's happening until it's happening, and you get like super good engages. You've really got to track like how many minions are in your lane. Is that a real plant? Is that a ward? Is that really, Viego? Is that someone else? So it takes a bit more watching like the map and paying attention to make sure Nico doesn't get these flanks on you. She's really, like, the changes they made with her were really good. It really made her a lot more viable of a champion.
Does she float over that line of not fair with these changes, or do you think that it's still okay?
I think she's okay. I don't think she's overpowered. I think she's strong and she can be annoying. But I don't, like, whenever I play against her, I don't feel that like with Yone, like we were talking about earlier today before we started streaming, I don't feel like that Yone-ness. Like, I feel you can play around her stuff still, because like she does have a lot of burst, but once she uses her combo, she doesn't really have a ton of damage after that, so you can kind of play around her. She can't burst you out. I've snuck up on ADCs, did my whole combo, and they had a tiny bit of health left, and because they had enough damage, they killed me afterwards because I couldn't get that burst. So I still think she does have, you can play around her really well or against her, and she just doesn't feel as oppressive as like some champions do. I think she's okay.
Good. Jax locked in to go against Malphite on Bear, and Amumu locked in. I think that's a good choice. Like we talked about, something simple, something able to set up some good plays. You have the second charge on the bandage toss now after, I think it was last season that came out. Makes Amumu a much more effective champion in the jungle.
I think that works really well with Malphite too, because if Malphite gets the knockup and you're in range, you can easily get in there with with your ultimate, bandage tossing, get in and CC people again, or if you initiate first, everyone's just kind of standing there while the Malphite comes in. So I'd like to see the coordination come between those two in starting these fights.
So now looking over on the side of the washed up OGs, I think they need, yeah, Zeri is actually the answer. I was saying that we're going to say that they need something to spread. Nope, I was wrong. It's
Vayne.
Well,
wow, I was not expecting a Vayne. That is the one champion I did not expect to see besides Teemo, was a Vayne.
yeah, I don't know. I was thinking more of an AoE type champion like the Zeri, able to do more damage to multiple targets. But Vayne has that ability to deal the single target damage, and tell you what, especially locked in against the Renata, if Renata lands a good ult, that Vayne is going to ruin Washed Up OG's day.
She pills through her own team.
That would be super tough.
I'm excited to see this matchup, though. This is going to be an interesting bot lane matchup.
One of the other things I was thinking while we were locking in is we have a double hyper carry setup on Team Unknown. Azir and Xayah, both of them later in the game have such high attack speed, and building the on hit and such, just they will rip through anything. Vayne will be similar, but she's the only one.
Yeah.
Right? You need to build durable on the Jax instead of straight damage. Viego, very similar. You typically go with the Sterix Gauge and the Divine Sunderer. You're not going to be this hyper carry, super attack speed, ruin everything type of champion. And so that's why I think the Zeri could have been better, because she has more avenues for damage. While it's not as high as a Vayne's single target, it's just overall I think it's better.
Well, she can burst with the pulling her feathers back, and she could root an entire team, which can leave you open to like Azir attacking, Amumu CCing you. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that both these teams can do. You got the Nico ults, you got Jax coming in, CCing everyone, Rakan, and then you got Renata laying her ult across, Azir knocking people around, Amumu Malphite coming in. So this is going to be probably a pretty explosive match.
So I do want to follow up on our call out to Twitch chat. Eman Mate had their vote. It says, quote, "I hope Unknown wins. They beat us enough that my pride is on the line," end quote. I like that. We're starting to get some rivalries here within the PLC.
Yeah.
That's fun. I enjoy having those little,
look
deals.
at that.
Hey, now that looks fancy.
Yeah.
Thank you, production. I like this.
Better watch out. LCS is gonna steal admin from us. He keeps doing all this nice stuff.
And just real quick, because you brought it up, everyone in the chat, let's get some hands and claps for admin running our show in the background. It's amazing. Does
Admin's
so much
great.
good work.
He is great.
I like this view. I like this view a lot.
I do too.
It helps us see where everything is. And I like our logo there in the center. It's a little bit more clear about what team is where and who they are, because we have that silly spectator bug where it always blanks out the names of the red team. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, and when you're in tournament style, it shouldn't do that.
So now we need to talk setups here, because you were discussing the amount of crowd control and team fight capability that Unknown has. What's the setup on Washed Up OGs? Is it just the Rakan engage while they are charmed? You get the Nico knockup. What are we expecting to see setup wise from the red team?
I think you're probably going to see Rakan leading. Usually you want a dive buddy, but I guess someone can dive in after him. Like Nico could come in after he charms, or she can initiate, but I think you'll probably see some Rakan initiations and fights. And then you'll see the follow-up, because he's probably got the most reliable engage, unless Nico can hit a root from distance in there. But then, the other team, they actually have peel and engage. They can peel with Renata ult, they can peel with with Azir. They can engage with Amumu and Malphite, so they can kind of go both ways on that. Renata can be a follow-up to an engage, her ult, which is good. So it's going to be interesting to see how the fights actually develop, and if whoever can coordinate the engages better, I think is the team who's going to win.
All right, into game 1 of our finals. Team Unknown versus Washed Up OGs. Everyone in the chat, let's show your teams who you want to win. Let's do it just like the LCS. Hashtag TUWin or hashtag W0... WUO. Triple U. We'll call it Triple U. Oh my gosh.
This is the first time we haven't done a 5 point.
But it wasn't even a real, invade or anything. It's just stacking up here in the pixel. It's going to be a late invade. I'm willing to bet. They're just going to jump in there and rush those chickens.
Neither team has a great level 1. Unless Neeko wants to take E, but then that kind of takes away a little bit of her pushing power for her level 1. Doesn't kill her, but usually go with Q. Oh, they are late invading. Do we have wards? Are we gonna see? Oh no, nobody knows.
The sweeper. Who's gonna tell him? Valentine in the front line. They drop the ward. No one takes
Oh, she did
down.
start with the E.
And there's the jump. There's the knockup. Kodo's going to try and do something. Flash after the ignite is down. First blood and on Valentine's vein.
That is the person you did not want to have first blood on this entire team was Vayne. You do not want that.
Oh, it's a catastrophe, but it's exactly what we like to see here. Sacrificing your early game.
Cool.
Death gonna flash. Snowdown did a great job waiting for the flash to come out. But Kodo Draco is here. Level 1 versus level 1. Do they have the damage to get onto Snowdown? Flash forward from Tem. Flash away from Kodo Draco. This is the early game we've been missing, Broden.
Oh man, Kodo is gonna be put so far behind now. I don't even know what he's gonna do. He's gonna die.
Yes, flash forward Snowdown with the red buff. He's gonna do it. Stacks up the Conqueror even. And he goes in. He's gonna start stealing camps.
Death
Gonna
is
make it
missing
even worse.
XP as well. Like you can't really leave at this point. If you don't get a kill, you're gonna lose so much XP in the mid lane now.
Oh, is he gonna get another one?
I don't know. He just lost. That wave is pushing away. He's losing a ton of XP.
Oh my gosh, I think he might just pick up another one. Goes underneath the turret. Nope, he is gonna be shut down.
Oh!
Oh, whoa! Oh my goodness, it was so close. Oh, okay, recomposing here. I don't know what to do with those types of situations. That was just silly.
I mean, he had to have that kill. I mean, he's gonna be catching this wave as it pushes in, but he's still behind right now. Unless he can get a lot of this. That is. Oh no! It's shooting.
Turret shots with the red buff too. That's gonna force Tem to go back.
Oh man, this game is crazy at the start.
But again, I don't think that we have broken past the controlled chaos that we've discussed, you and I.
Yeah. But, oh man, Azir lost so much CS.
Waves.
I mean, he had to get that kill for it to be worth, and I'm still not sure if it was necessarily worth.
Well, with the shutdown and getting the red buff, I think it's okay. Oh, but there's the sneaky Tem coming in as a minion right as the wave crashes.
Yeah, the amount of tension you have to pay attention to with her is, it's just, you're not used to watching for minions coming to get you. So, I've done the same thing to people where I walk from this out of the lane, I walk into the lane with a minion and they're just standing there, don't even know I'm there, and you just chunk them out big time.
There was level 1 Bidoof in the chat said that he likes to go crit Neeko and just auto attack as a caster minion and blow people up.
I've seen that one. That's funny. People don't even realize they're being blown up by a minion or something.
I think it's hilarious. All right, so more Neeko to come, but more League of Legends as a whole. We are in game number 1 of our finals. Kodo jumps in. He's able to get the first stun. Do they track the correct Neeko? They do, but it doesn't matter. They don't have the damage. There was no follow-up. He was too far back. And bot lane has a pretty significant CS lead by now as well, 40 to 25.
Yeah, they're both all the lanes are behind in CS and XP. They're
Even
getting
Proxy up on the top.
yeah. I mean, what do? You can't. Malphite can't stop him from doing that, and and it's
Either
just gonna
can
force
they stop
Malphite to
this.
stay at his turret, or he's gonna lose. Oh, he might have
Do we
made a
see
mistake walking
the
back
kill
up
here?
there like that.
El Cuno's in some trouble. Bear just needs to wait for the cooldown. Oh, the flash was early. El Cuno makes it out by the skin of his teeth.
Oh, yeah, he almost had that. That's too bad he missed. But he did miss a lot of XP and CS at the tower. It doesn't hurt Jax for what he just did because he already got everything and he gets to just walk back for free. Probably doesn't need to use his teleport.
Oh,
Bear
you're right.
actually did lose XP and minions chasing him. That's what's so hard about it is if somebody's proxying you like that, if you leave and you don't kill them or get them, you lose so much.
Well, he is able to push the wave in, and he actually does. He get the turret plate? He does. That extra 125 gold. I think that that's pretty good. I don't know if it fully equals out. I'm not willing to do the math on that, but looked okay. Dragon fight coming up. Elite Mad
no.
doing some reconnaissance. Here he goes. Red team does secure it. Washed up OGs pick up the first Drake. Kodo Draco does have his flash. Ignite is already down, and that's another kill over to Washed up OGs. 3-1 now.
The only thing good of that is it went to Rakan instead of Viego.
Oh,
Definitely
Viego.
don't want a Viego hard snowballing on you.
It was really confusing for a second because I saw a Mumu on both sides of our scoreboard on the bottom.
And this gold lead is huge for this point in time in the game. It's going to be extremely hard to fight back in any lane with this type of a gold lead this early.
So then, what's the play? We've talked a little bit about. Oh, he caught it. He caught the minions. That was actually really good. Next fight, Kodo Draco in some trouble. Snowdown is already there. Roam from Tem, Elite Mad Life on the bottom side as well. They're continuing to chase. Kodo gets caught by the Tangle Barbs, and Tem gets another kill onto Kodo Draco.
Man, he has just been constantly in Kodo's jungle, not allowing him to farm or even get to play the game.
And maybe I was wrong about Amumu. The invade capabilities of the Viego seem to be outweighing the positives of the Amumu.
Yeah, well,
They're
that
able to
early
dodge out
invade
the-
and death really put him behind.
They almost get the kill onto Valentine there. Nice disengage. Help from Kiroro to give Calavir the chance to deal that damage.
Level 6 on Calavir. Almost level 6 on everyone else down there. We might actually see something happen once the supports hit level 6.
Proton, I would like to draw attention to the bottom half of the map and the amount of wards that Washed Up OGs have laid down.
Oh
It's-
no!
It's one of the big differences, actually. Tem flashing forward. Death goes in to get the
Nice
shield.
play.
He has the damage and a huge turnaround play for Death in the mid lane. That's your clip right there. Kodo Draco versus Snowdown. I think Kodo loses this one. It's super unfortunate. He has no way to escape. He's slowed by the red buff. He's trying his best. It doesn't matter. Snowdown gets yet another kill on to Kodo. And now Death is in some trouble here. Dodging out. Level 6 is there. But no! Does he get it? He's untargetable, but he does go down. Yet another shutdown. Death.
I don't think that's worth giving the shutdown gold to Azir. Like, as of right now, that's probably their win condition. He has 3 kills.
So let's take a look here at the gold. Thank you, production, for throwing that up for us. Yeah, big gold there
Really?
for Azir. He's able to stay in line with the other 3 carries on the side of Washed Up OGs. But everyone else is a little bit lower. I mean, we're 3,000 gold difference, right? So that's just, it's the other 3 players. But it's not terrible. get some scaling, you get some items on your carries, and if you can just set up this Azir like you were talking about, it should work out okay.
Yeah, Amumu's level 6 now, so he might be able to actually make a play. Kodo can find a good bandage toss onto like one of the carries. He might be able to just blow him up, layer that CC, try and open up another lane to get ahead.
One of the other things that, even in their last game, Washed Up OGs have just been able to find a spot, light it up with wards, and then play around it. And might be in some trouble as the first bandage toss. Nice juke downward. Do we see the second? We don't. You don't want to engage into the dark down there. You see that Washed Up OGs has the push on the bottom side. It just wouldn't have worked out well for them.
I liked the how Tom went the opposite direction from the tower, because you've got to play mind games when you're using your clone like that, and that was a good mind game right there, because they kind of hesitated on which one to go for, so Tom was able to get away.
Mind games with Fiora riposts, mind games with Neeko clones. We're getting a lot of entertaining League of Legends today. Here we go. 3.4k is the top that we've seen. Ooh, Tem gets the root. Not enough damage to kill Death. But still looking very good for this Neeko. Out of mana, though. Probably won't be able to land another combo. But it does have the pressure enough to keep Death away from interrupting this Rift Herald.
Yeah, that's a free Rift Herald. No one's going to be able to stop that one. They're too far behind to really contest it. And they did it on a ward, and as you can see, no one even bothered to go up there, because they would just lose the fight, and then it would be even worse. They'd probably take 2 towers with the Rift Herald. I'd like them to use the Rift Herald before the plates go down. I know we've seen some today. No, of course that's a given. I'll get them use it right there, because we saw some today where there was no plates taken with them, and so.
Well, that just might be the whole first turret. No, okay. Amumu is able to take down the Herald. We're looking, 120, 200 hit points left on that turret. And now, do we have the engage? Ultimate is available from Kodo Draco. He flashes away. Means the engage is slowed down. But do they fight now at this Drake? Chemtech is the name.
I don't think you can fight this in this mount fight. Is down there. You really need to layer the CC and kill the carries.
He's working his way down there, though. Snowdown might be in some trouble. He has flash if he needs it. El Kuno teleporting in. This is what you were talking about. You need those top laners in. Kodo Draco trying to find a good setup. He Curse of Sad Mummy goes in, and there's the Renata ultimate. Huge damage. Valentine just killed 2 of his team, and he is ignited, dealing a lot of damage back. Alavir jumps forward, throws out the quills, and he picks it up. Huge swing for Team Unknown. A 1-for-3 trade, and they will pick up the Drake.
That was a beautiful ultimate by Kodo Draco. That set up that whole fight and pretty much killed 2 carries almost instantly with all the damage they were layering across there. That's exactly what I wanted to see.
Oh, but another fight up on the top side. Tem sneaks in. Gets that Pop Blossom to take down Death. It's still
Wild
worth
Neeko
it.
appears. Very effective.
But again, the swing there, they were able to take down the, what's it called? The Viego. They were able to get some kills and pressure. They were getting themselves an advantage. They're still down in gold, but it's not nearly as bad. Tem might be getting the kill here on Bear. He has all armor again, and there it is. Tem is able to take him down, and suddenly the play wasn't so worth.
I don't think Bear respected the damage that Neeko does at this point in time with the lead. She's gotten over him. Well, not over him, but she does have a lead over the top lane as far as gold and items. So, and you gotta respect that. Neeko's can do a bunch of burst damage to you when you have no magic resist. You don't even have a first item. She's level 11, about to hit level 12. She's probably, you can't give her free gold like that. You need to make sure you're around for the team right now, because if you're around now, you could do a nice ultimate into them and probably get some kills in the mid lane. But when you kind of throw your life away needlessly like that, you really slow down your team's momentum when you're trying to make progress.
Here There's another fight. Snowdown and Mad Life going against Kiroro and Koto Draco.
Nice.
Nice juke there, but the charm comes in. Ooh, but he goes into the stopwatch. Death is here. Pop Blossom is popped underneath the Azir turret. Koto Draco gets the bailout, but it is not enough. Two of them go down. Death trying to deal the damage he can. Calavir from behind gets the kill. Almost picks up the kill onto Snowdown. El Kuno on the top side gets the kill onto Bear, and that was looking close, but washed up OGs just come out ahead again.
Yeah, Nico came in invisible and got that knock up in CT on them all, and then they just immediately turned around and killed pretty much everybody on Team Unknown. Those are the things that are, like, someone was saying in chat here, how hard it is in an organized team to track Nico. It's not as bad. It's worse than solo queue, like trying to track her in solo queue. When you have a coordinated team, it's so much harder to track her and know where she's at. And then you just get flanked like that, and the fight's just over as soon as she hits your team with that ult.
But it's counterintuitive, right? You would think that it'd be easier to track because you're communicating, but it's because they're also communicating.
Yeah. You know, if you know your team has swept wards for you to flank and you know where, and you can come in looking like something else that may not catch someone's eye immediately. You know, because you're not thinking a minion or a ward is going to attack you.
Alright, Death might be in some trouble here. He gets a nice shuffle. No down. Wanted to go in with the Ma. And, ult just too late.
Okay, if I needed to burn that ult a little bit earlier, if I would have lived. I mean, you won't have it for the next fight, but at least you'd be alive right now. Sometimes you just have to burn those ultimates.
Oh, but here it is. Valentine helps set it up with Tem. They get an engage there. Damage coming from the Renata ultimate. They're fighting each other, but they get yet another kill. Snowdown picks up Kiroro. Koto Draco is running for his life. Bear on the backside is going to take up a little bit of damage. He is going to go down, and that's a 3-for-0 trade. Washed up OGs are doing a lot of work here.
Yeah, they're up to almost a 10k gold lead at 17 minutes in the game. That's normally stuff you don't see that early in the game. Even when somebody's ahead, you know, you'll see like a 4 or 5k gold lead and this early, and that's still hard to play against. And they're up almost 10k right now. That's probably an insurmountable amount of lead.
We see a fight onto Okuno. Alright, Koto Draco gets the first stun. Low, stun. He is able to jump away onto Elite Mad Life. Well done. Nice escape there on the Jax.
Yeah, I wonder if Koto, he would have used the ult if they actually could have got the kill, or if they just didn't think they had enough damage to finish it off, so he wanted to hold it for the dragon fight.
Holding it for the dragon fight is good, right?
Yeah.
It's the potential of a much bigger fight down there than the pickoff.
So Vayne, Valentine doesn't have his flash, and neither does Azir. So those are two carries you might be able to get on top of, and they may not be able to get away. But you know, Vayne, of course, is hard to lock down in her ultimate because she goes invisible. Nico has flash and ultimate up, so they need to be really careful with that. Oh, they didn't even contest the dragon; they just gave it up.
Unknown needs to be careful because they have no Renata ultimate. A good disengage there, but in comes the Pop Blossom. It only lands onto one. Death is out already. Koto Draco trying to do what he can, but it is not enough. Calavir on the bottom side going 1v2. He dies. Bear dies. Holy cow, all 5 of them die. It doesn't matter if you give up a Drake when you kill all 5 of your enemies.
No, they gave up the Drake and then just aced them because they want the... Well, Baron isn't even up yet. I was thinking we were at 20 minutes, but no, we're only at 19 minutes, so they can actually go and get the Rift Herald and then use that with Baron if they decide to take the Baron afterwards. But I don't know if they have enough time to get the Rift Herald.
I think they do. Oh no, they only have like 15 seconds, huh?
Yeah, I think the Owl would have had to have gone for it, because I think it appears at like 1945, if I remember right. I can't remember the exact time, but...
Well, we're gonna find out, because 20 seconds here. He has 5 seconds, I'm pretty sure.
No, he might
have enough. Only 700 more damage. Do they pick it up? And there it is!
Okay. Yeah,
Holy
it
cow.
extends if you are attacking it, if I remember right. It won't go away. I just don't remember the exact time. It's been too long since I've had to read up on that. But I think that's great. Now you try to get yourself the Baron and push with the Rift Herald and just end the game in one push. With the lead they have, they should be able to do that if they can just get a good team fight and at least kill one or two team unknowns.
Oh, that caster minion in the brush. That's super hard. Watching a minion attack your board. I don't like that at all. Alright, they're on the Baron. Just like you said, I think if you do take the Baron, cast the Rift Herald, you will definitely get your turret. I'm willing to bet they break an inhibitor on this next push.
I would say you just have to all in this and try to kill them.
There's the engage onto Tem. Bear able to get that knock-up, but Valentine, with the assistance of Elite Mad Life, are coming in. Bear might be in some trouble. He is in trouble. Tem goes legendary on the Nico. And Team Unknown need to get out of there. There's no fight to be had at this point.
Yeah,
Kodo?
they're just
Kodo's
not
gonna get caught. He is dead. Oof.
They're just not coordinating the Mumu and Malphite ultimate. Like, Malphite needed to probably ult directly onto the Baron, and then Mumu needed to follow up right together, but they weren't close enough to really put those two large CCs together.
Engage tools are still available for washed up OGs, but it won't really matter. The turret is down. They go in with the engage here. Charm from Mad Life onto death. He's out for just a moment and then goes down. Calavir goes down to Valentine. Bear underneath the turret gets hit by everything else. Kodo Draco stuns some people underneath the turret. But that's a third charge from the Rift Herald. Unable to stop the onslaught. Washed up OGs lose just Elite Mad Life, but they are going to gain victory in game number 1 of our finals.
Man, I would... They really made Kodo Draco's jungling life not fun that game. Just constantly invading, constantly just in his side of the jungle, not allowing him to farm. Like, it must have been a frustrating game.